One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is that as long as we save and invest some of our money, we will live comfortably. But we can't get the most out of our money and build up our wealth to its highest potential unless we know about and avoid these financial traps. Trap 1. Compounding can work against you. Finance education teaches us that compounding can help grow investments and boost personal finances over time. However, it can also work against you if you have high-interest loans or leave losses unchecked. Let's say you bought a beautiful vacation package with a high-interest credit card. As time goes by and you are making small repayments, you won't just be paying interest on the initial vacation purchase. You'll also be paying interest on the interest component that has been added to your original price of the holiday as interest compounds on itself. Your holiday may end up costing you double than if you paid for it in cash. The same happens with investing. Using a compound calculator linked in the description below, if you invested $1,000 initially, followed by investing just $500 monthly at 8% return, which is an average stock market return, over 20 years, your savings would amount to $300,000. If you didn't invest, but kept the funds in a bank account and followed the same plan, with 1% return, your savings would only total $134,000. That's $166,000 lost. Unfortunately, a staggering study found that nearly 40% of millennials prefer to keep their money in cash rather than invest. Are you one of them? That's a lot of potential compound interest left on the table and a much longer road to financial freedom. Trap 2. Behavioral biases. People tend to have emotional and psychological biases on the long marathon to financial independence. Ever bought something just because it was on sale, even if you didn't need it? That's a behavioral bias right there. Consider Sarah, a new investor. When the market was booming, she heard tales of friends making big money. Overcome by FOMO, she jumped in without researching the investment, only to see her investments crash in value later because of the herd mentality bias. Another bias is overconfidence. For example, you are very confident that a new cryptocurrency will go up in value because the guys in your Discord group said so. Instead of diversifying into different investments, you invest 100% of your funds into cryptocurrency only, thinking you have secret knowledge in that area. This lack of diversification can expose your portfolio to greater losses if the crypto underperforms. So, how do we overcome these tricky biases? Tip 1. Dive deep into financial education. Set aside some time, maybe a few evenings each week, to read simple books or watch beginner-friendly videos about money and investing. As you learn, you'll discover that the financial world is quite complex, with many factors that affect how investments work. By becoming more educated about finance, you'll be less likely to fall for get-rich-quick schemes. Have a look at the book, The Psychology of Money. It can be a valuable resource in your financial education and in overcoming behavioral biases. It's linked below. Tip 2. Give yourself a thinking break before big decisions. Excited about a new investment or purchase? Hold on a minute, or even a day. Ask yourself some hard questions. Have I looked into all the details, or am I just riding a wave of excitement or fear? This thinking break will encourage you to be more rational and informed, ultimately leading to more money in your pocket. Tip 3. Get some fresh eyes on your plans. And no matter how savvy you are, a second or third opinion can be a lifesaver. Consider forming a small money club with friends or family who like talking about finances. Share your plans with them before making big moves. They might have been in your shoes before and have some wisdom to share. And if you've got a bit of spare cash, think about chatting with a professional. They don't have to be expensive. Some experts can give you a one-time checkup to make sure you're on the right track. Trap 3. The impact of fees. Small percentages that may seem insignificant at first can greatly impact your savings over time, losing you thousands of dollars. It's important to be aware of and question the fees you're being charged in the investment world. Even financial advisors can't consistently outperform the market. If you're being charged 3% of your investment portfolio balance, it's worth considering index funds and ETFs, which typically charge only 1% in fees. This seemingly small fee difference can accumulate to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Fact: you might be shocked to know that over a lifetime, the average American can pay nearly $138,000 in their 401k fees alone. Always being aware of fees can save you a considerable chunk of your savings. Do your homework, Read the fine print and don't be shy to question the cost. Trap 4. Ignorance of risk-adjusted returns. Going after big returns without considering the risks can hurt your finances. Let's look at two friends, Alex and Jamie. Alex jumps into an investment that promises a 20% return, but there's a 50% chance he could lose a lot of money. Jamie, on the other hand, chooses a safer investment with a 10% return and only a 5% chance of losing some money. Comparing them, Jamie's investment is smarter. She's more likely to make money and has a lower chance of losing any. So, understanding how risky an investment is really matters. Warren Buffett's advice is clear. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. It's better to keep what you have than to chase big profits and risk losing cash. This is because recovering from losses can take a long time, slowing down your path to financial security and freedom. If this info is useful, then subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next videos. If you have questions or comments, add them below. We will respond to as many as we can. Now we will explain the last financial trap that we, as certified degree-qualified accountants, see many of our clients fall into. Trap 5. Lack of financial discipline. Not having financial discipline and partaking in bad financial habits will make you lose thousands of dollars. Here's how. Bad habit 1. Impulsive spending. Without discipline, you're more likely to make impulsive purchases, spending money on things you don't need. This habit can prevent you from saving and investing. Think about it this way. When you invest, your money starts working for you. It's like planting a seed that grows not just from the original seed, but also from everything it's already grown. That's compound interest. You earn money on the money you've already made. But if you just spend that money, you miss out on growing your wealth and security. And it's not just about the money itself. Imagine being able to pay for your kids' college, getting your own home in a safe neighborhood, or having a safety net for when you get made redundant. Remember, life's earnings aren't always a steady climb. Just because you're doing well today doesn't guarantee it'll stay that way. We all face surprises, health scares, job changes, family needs. If you're always spending without thinking, what will you fall back on during tough times? Every dollar spent now could have been your lifeline for future emergencies or dreams. Bad habit 2. Failing to save or invest. Did you know that a shocking number of people face financial struggles in retirement? In fact, studies show a significant portion of retirees end up with barely enough to cover basic expenses. Imagine working your whole life, only to end up unable to pay your bills or even facing homelessness when you're older. This doesn't have to be your story. By taking a little time now, the same time you might spend on your nightly social media or Netflix routine, you can set yourself up for a more secure future. Every day you put off saving and investing, you're missing out on the power of compound interest. That's your money growing without any extra work from you. So, make a commitment to yourself. Tonight, instead of scrolling or watching another episode, spend some time planning your financial future. It's a small step today for a big difference tomorrow. Bad habit 3, neglecting budgeting. When you disregard budgeting, you may overlook upcoming bills and essential expenses. This can result in a sudden shortage of funds for critical necessities like rent, groceries, or utilities. Such a situation can cause significant worry and stress as you fear being unable to cover your basic needs, experience anxiety about potentially borrowing money, or feel embarrassed admitting you have no funds remaining. Furthermore, avoiding budgeting can lead to a continuous cycle of trying to catch up with your finances, always working to recover from overspending. This constant financial struggle can be quite stressful. In summary, dodging these financial traps is essential for building and maintaining your wealth. Be vigilant and make smart choices. If you want to learn more, click on the video linked below to access Part 2.